Welcome everybody, guys. It's Tim with Option Legacy, the head trader and founder, and I have the famous Jesse Ball here with me, and I've got some stacks of cash, $50,000 worth actually, but we'll get into that in a moment. Hey, so we're going to talk about our trades for this week. So how are you faring so far, Jesse?
Very good. My grandpa trades are working out.
You put out a few Suzy Trade Alerts, and you're like, this is another slow-burning trade.
Yeah.
So you didn't close any trades out. You just opened them up this week, right?
Yeah. All of the trades I put on, which we'll get into later, are really, they're going to be 20 plus days. They're going to just take their time and work.
Oops. That's my wife saying, coming home, honey. So I took a haircut. Yeah, so back last week we had, or the week before Thanksgiving, we had Travelers. It was a 591% return on investment. I put $660 into $4,566, or $4,533, something like that. And I'm like, okay, let me compound that. And so my concept behind these trades, which we're about to hop into, and I'm going to share with you guys my $1,656 loss, or basically a max loss. It was like 67% drawdown of my positions. Was the idea is take half of my gains from this mega win and roll that in as kind of a free trade, and just keep the ball rolling. But man, the only thing that was rolled was me. I got steamrolled this week.
Ouch.
And so let's go hop into the platform, and I'll share with you guys the deets. You can see this streamer connection lost. So I don't have on any positions right now. Positions, none, empty, blank. But I did close out some trades. So we had UTX on forever. We entered into UTX back on October 30th, and I finally took that thing off for a profit. Where are you? See, we entered in way crazy long ago. 10:30, exit out. So I got paid $8.41 to open the trade. It was an iron butterfly. I gave back of the $8.41 only $6.83. It gave me a $158 profit, or a 24% return on investment. And then everything else is downhill.
Sorry.
So there's SPY. I opened up on the 27th, and same with QQQ and BABA. All three are the exact same trade, just in different tickers. Paid $1.99. Only kept 64 cents of that. It went against me. SPY was an $810 loss, or 67% drawdown. And then a QQQ. And I'll go into the charts after this. The charts are just the exact same, but these are basically three of the same trades that all killed me. QQQ lost $756. Entered in at $2 flat. Only got to keep 74 cents of it. Had 6 contracts, 7 days to expiration. And then BABA entered in 257. Got to keep $1.33. And that was a $248 loss, which my total loss this week was $1,656, or gave back. And the goal was, out of that $4,500, let me invest half of that and keep the good times rolling. But it didn't happen. So let me tell you the rationale behind this thing. So we're here on this day. It was the 27th, which I believe was Tuesday. Wednesday, Thursday. Tuesday. And I'm like, perfect. This thing is going to pull one of these. Kaboom, and then drop. Kaboom, drop. It's going to use that purple line, that 10-day simple moving average. And I'm like, this thing's going to drop, especially with the G2 summit coming up. And then what happens? I got rolled. Jerome Powell, the Fed chair, announced a slightly dovish, which means a softer interest rate rising, and all of investors loved it. And this thing moved up like 3% on this day, and then it continued to go down sideways. And my goal is if you were a Suzy Trade Alert, you're like, you heard me, hey, I'm going to hold this thing on, rain or shine, till Monday. But after today's move, it forming a rising 3 pattern above this downward support. I was just like, I cannot stomach it. So it's like, can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen. Well, I was like, oh, I gave up 1,600 of my 2,500, and I'm like, oh, I can't anymore. And BABA is Alibaba. It's like the Amazon of China. And I always if you look at the technicals, it looks like this thing, we entered in on the 27th right here. It's at the top of this channel. And what happens whenever it hits the top of its channel? It comes down. But no, what did this thing do? Of course it didn't come down. It just continued to move sideways, just like the rest of the market. And that was a loss for me as well. So, oh, here's my $50,000 worth. You ready? Boom, guys, this is $50,000. We're going to share with you the market recap, or what we expect for the market to happen, and then I'll tell you about that money, if that's okay. So Jesse, can you take the screen away and share your market analysis for this coming week, short-term, long-term?
Oh, I don't have my screen up. We're doing it through Thinkorswim, bros.
Okay, let's do it. Fine, Jesse. Make me do all the work.
Sorry. Okay. So my market synopsis after today is short-term bullish. So in the full stochastics that you're going to notice on Tim's screen there, that there is that crossing pattern that's kind of signaling and the MACD is confirming a kind of like a rise. However, I still think we have more to go. RSI is kind of midway in between, so I don't think it's going to last. I actually think we're going to go back a few days back, or maybe like a week back, how it kind of reached that peak and then it kind of faltered again. Yeah, same. I feel like that is going to happen. I think there's a few more days left to go, but next week I'm still thinking right around Wednesday it'll probably peter out and there won't be any more steam. That's just my guess. And I think it's going to be with all the indices, except the Dow, I think, has a little bit more juice behind it. So
perfect rising three pattern.
Yeah, exactly.
Body, small doji.
And if you look at the peak, it's actually closer. The peak here is actually closer to that peak in like percentage. So I think because it's already higher than the other indices, I think there's a little bit more juice behind it. So I definitely think there's more continuation there. But again, overall, I still think we got a ways to go down further. Just my opinion. But short term, kind of bullish, but medium long term, bearish.
I have to say the same thing, which is so frustrating because my goal was whenever I put these trades on the 27th, Tuesday, I'm like, boom, we're going to hold this thing through Friday. It's going to hit that, and then we're going to slam down. I still think that's going to happen. I just think it's going to take a few more days than needed. So that's all we have for this week's Friday market recap. So this $50,000 over here, we're going to get to the Suzy rationale for all of our Suzy subscribers for our open trades after this. But this $50,000 is something I'm reading a book called Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill, and talks about the power of autosuggestion. And whenever you proclaim a goal or a desire, then you back it up with a plan and faith and let it happen for you. And so for me, my goal is $50,000 a week in trading. So this, if you look at this money, it is actually, it says motion picture use only. It's actually fake money. But I wanted to see what it was like. I wanted to see what it was like to have $50,000 in my hand. And you know what I've learned, Jesse and I were talking about this off camera, is that that's cool. Like, having a wad of money, but it's actually not as cool as what money does for you. Like actually having the tangible thing I've learned found it's like, even though this is fake but I believe that if it was real as well, I don't think I'd be that excited about it because money in itself is not very exciting, but the power and the options that money gives you in life, that is powerful. And you get to invest in others, you get experiences, you get to enrich life and other people's lives because of having these paper things or whatever that we call money. And so interesting perspective of just, continuing to partner with vision and truth, but then also realizing that, money's not everything. It's really the people that are around you, the impacts that you leave on those beyond your time. So that's my soapbox. I'll get off of that. For this, this concludes our Friday market recap. Send us an email, reply back to us, or message us on Facebook. and say, let us know what you think. And then after this, we're going to cut the film right here and let our Suzy Trade Alert subscribers go through the rationale of our opened trades. So with that, I'll say peace to our regular subscribers, and Suzy Trade Alert subscribers. Stay tuned.